Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. I am dealing with the subject Power Plant Engineering. In that topic is load curves. The outline of my presentation is load curves, terms involved in the load curves. Load types. Load types are broadly classified into 6 types: residential load, commercial load, industrial load, municipal load, irrigation load, and tractional load. In that, first one is residential load. This type of load includes domestic lights, power needs for domestic appliances such as radios, TVs, water heaters, refrigerators, electric cookers, and small motors for pumping water. And next one is the commercial load. It includes lighting for shops, advertisements, and electrical appliances used in shops and restaurants, etc. And next one is the industrial loads. It consists of load demands on various industries. Next one is the irrigation loads. So municipal loads. It consists of street lighting, power required for water supply and drainage purpose. And next one is the irrigation load. This type of load includes electrical power needed for pump driven by electric motors to supply water to the fields. And next one is the traction load. It includes terms cars, trolleys, buses, and railways. In that, first one is the load curve. Load curve on the plant will always be changing with time and will not be constant because consumer of electrical power will use the power as and when needed. Load curve in graphical representations draws between the load and the time. It shows the variation of load on the power station. If the time in a day, then the load curve is known as monthly curve load, and if the time in the months, and if the load curve is in the year, it is known as yearly or annual curves. The daily load curves will be different for different types of consumers and different localities. These load curves may show different patterns during summer and rainy season. If we see this diagram, this is the residential load and street lighting, and if we plot a graph between the load and time, load on y-axis and time on x-axis. In summer it's going on time, the power consumption is increases, whereas in winter it remains a constant. For street lighting, and if you compare the graph between the industrial load and urban load, for the industrial load, in summer it increases and in winter it increases and summer also it increases. Whereas in urban stations, in winter it goes on increases, in summer it goes on increases. And total load curves and theoretical load curves, it can be plotted in terms of graphs or pie graphs. This represents the peak load, means the highest positions, and peak load period. This is the period of the highest period. These scatter lines represents the energy generated in terms of kilowatt hours. Next one is the load duration curves. Load duration curves are the combine of daily load curves for all consumers. It can be shown in two graphs, load curves and load duration curves. This is the load curves and this is the load duration curves. In the load duration curves represents the sum of all the curves. B1, first one represents B1 and second represents B2 and B3 and third line represents B3 and the fourth line represents B4. This curve represents the load duration curve. Terms and factors involved in the loads. First one is the connected rod. Connected rod is the sum of ratings of kilowatts of equipment installed in the consumer premises. The connected load in the premises of the consumer are shown below. This is the supply. For the tube light, it takes 40 watts, for heater 1000 watts, for TV 60 watts, tube light 40 watts, and for CF CLF 20 watts, ironing 500 watts, and CLF 25 watts, and fan 60 watts per day. So the total load connected of consumer premises is equal to sum of all the loads, that is sum of tube light load, heater load, TV load, tube light load, CFL load, ironing load, CLF load and fan load, that is equal to 40 plus 1000 plus 60 plus 40 plus 5000 plus 25 plus 60, that is equal to 1745 watts. Next one is the demand. The demand of installation of or a system in the load that draws from the source of supply at the receiving terminals averaged over a suitable and specified intervals of the time. Demand is expressed in kilowatts or other suitable units. And next one is the maximum demand or peak demand. It is the maximum load which a consumer uses at any time. It may be less than or equal to the connected load. If all the equipment fitted in consumer premises run to all the fullest extent simultaneously, then the maximum demand will be equal to the connected load. But generally, the actual maximum demand is less than the connected load because of all the devices never run at full load at the same time. Next one is the load factor. It is defined as the ratio of average load to the peak load during a certain or a prescribed time period. The load factors of a power plant should be high so that the total capacity of the plant is utilized for the maximum period, that will result in lower cost of the electricity being generated. It is always less than the unity. Higher the load period is desirable quantity. Higher the load period means greater the average load, resulting in greater number of power units generated for a given maximum demand. Thus, the fixed cost, which is proportional to the maximum demand, can be distributed over a great number of units, that is, kilowatt hour is supplied. Thus, the lower the overall efficiency of electrical supply is equal to load factor is equal to average load by maximum load. And next one is the utility factor. It is the ratio of the units of electricity generated per year to the capacity of the plant installed in the station. It can be defined as the ratio of maximum demand of the plant to the rated capacity of the plant. Supposing the rated capacity of the plant is 2 megawatts, the maximum load on the plant is 100 megawatts at load factor of 80%, then the utility will be 100 into 80 divided by 200, that is equal to utility factor is equal to 40%. And next one is the plant operating factor. It is the ratio of the duration during which the plant is in the actual service to the total duration of the time consumed. Next one is the plant capacity factor. It is the ratio of the average loads on a machine or a equipment to the rating of the machine or equipment for a certain period of time is considered. Since the load and diversity factors are not involved with reverse capacity of the power plant, a factor is needed which measures the reserves. Likewise, the degree of utilization is installed in the equipment. For this, the plant factor, capacity factor or plant capacity factor is defined as plant capacity factor is equal to actual kilowatt power produced by maximum possible of energy that might be produced during the same period. Thus, the annual plant factor will be annual kilowatt produced by plant capacity in kilowatt into hours of the year. The difference between the load and capacity factor is an indication of the reserve capacity. So this is a graph representation. Load in y-axis and time in x-axis. If we plot a load curve, this is the average load and this is the highest load, that is the peak load. and this represents the plant capacity. So use factor is equal to peak load by plant capacity. So this is the use factor. And capacity factor is equal to average load by plant capacity. So average load by plant capacity represents the capacity factor. So this is the capacity of the plant. Then the load factor is equal to average load by peak load. So this is the load factor representation. And next one is the demand factor. It is the actual maximum demand of a consumer is always less than the connected load, since all the appliances in the residue will not be operated at the same time. The ratio of the demand factor of the system is connected to the load in terms of the demand factor. Its value is always less than 1. Next, diversity factor. Higher the diversity factor is also considered at the quantity with a given number of consumers. Lower will be the maximum demand on the plant, since diversity factor is equal to sum of individual maximum demands by maximum demand of the total pool. And next one is the load curve. It is the curve showing, previously we draw in the diagram we represent the load curves. So it is the curve showing the variation of the power with time. It shows the value of specific load of each unit of period cover. The unit of time considered may be hours, days, weeks or months or years. Next one is the load duration curve. It is the curve of the plant showing the total time within a specified period during which the load equalated or exceeded within the values. Next, dump factor. This term is known in the hydraulic plant, which shows the powers in excess of the load requirement, and it is made available by the surplus water. Film power. It is the power should be available even under emergency conditions uses the film power. Prime mover. It is the power which may be mechanical, hydraulical or thermal, and this is always available for the conversion into electricity. Next, cold reserve. It is the reserve generating capacity which is not in an operation but can be made available for the service. Next is the hot reserve. It is the reserve generating capacity which the operating but not in the service. Spinning reserve. It is the reserve generating capacity which is connected to the bus and ready to take the load. Plant use factor. This is the modification of the plant capacity factor is that the only actual number of hours that the plant will be operated in the use. Annual plant use factor is equal to annual kilowatt hour produced by plant capacity into number of hours of the plant operation. So these are the terms and factors involved in the loads. Factors affecting the power plant design. The following are the factors affecting by designing a power plant. Location of a power plant. Based on the location of the power plant, it should be vary for the different power plants. In diesel power plant, it should attain a most sustainable quantity. And the availability of the water in the power plant. For hydropower plant, it requires a large amount of the power, while other plants requires small amount of power when compared to the hydropower plant. Availability of the labor near to the power plant should be very less. Land cost of the power plant is also very less, and the plant should operate at low operating cost, low maintenance cost, low cost of energy regeneration, and low capital cost. So these are the factors which affects the power plant design. So while designing the power plant, these factors to be considered along with the land availability. So in this lecture, we discussed about the load, terms involved in the load factors, and factors affecting the power plant design. Thank you.